Um, you brought up a good point. I think that overall the market is expanding. I see the improvement in the marketplace and our customers' businesses growing because lifelong learning, the need for lifelong learning is increasing. People are not graduating from college and get a job for 30 years and wait for their pensions anymore. In a lifetime, they change careers at least 3-4 times, and they're not going to go back to college to get a diploma. What they do is they learn a new skill, maybe get a certification to prove the knowledge and skill, and get new jobs. And also with technology, I think some of the segments are displaced. And with the pace of change, the speed of change, this is happening now even faster, and some jobs are disappearing. So they have to become lifelong learners.
Yep.
But beyond the lifelong learning, I also see life-wide learning. Not only people are learning life throughout their lives, but also they're learning lots of different things, not just one thing. And right now the information is so much available. Like, to use myself as an example, I'm into mechanical watches now, and it has nothing to do with my job, but I love taking classes on that topic. It is just that so much information is available now for us to learn. When you also mentioned Harvard, I thought about MOOCs, massive open online courses.
Yeah.
Now that was a big topic about maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't hear about that much anymore. Maybe that's kind of settled. I mean, there are clearly brands like Harvard, Stanford, when they do something like that, they're going to get a lot of attention because of their brand presence. But can a local community college or a public school or a small university, can they really be successful with MOOCs, do you think?
Well, MOOCs in and of themselves, I think, are a fad, and what you said settled, I would say almost died.
Yeah.
I don't see
it was a buzzword for a while, yes.
Yeah. And the reason is because the most critical component of any class is the teacher. Now, when I said, small teams serving small communities, the flip side of that is there's a huge upward potential for everybody listening, watching here today to expand into other territory. As you said, there are so many market niches out there, and you're right, it's not just lifelong, but it's also skill sets, and you mentioned an avocational one. To go back to the knowledge worker, the knowledge worker needs a different skill sets within the workplace. So there's lots of companies with small teams. In fact, Julie Coates on our staff just said yesterday to me that Jeff Bezos has a 2 pizza rule. If you have to order 2 pizzas for a staff meeting, it's too large. Not that you can't be a large company, but that we work in smaller units. And so in those smaller units, we have people who need to understand data analysis, but at the same time, the boss comes and says, I need you to do a Facebook page. So you need to know social media. And then you need a little bit on project management. And then you're all of a sudden supervising someone. So you're exactly right. We need different kinds of skill sets today. And in terms of online, I've been haranguing unsuccessfully an administrator with a small community college way up in Canada, north of Edmonton, saying there's some niche skill in your small institution that people want to know Canada-wide. Take your mechanical watch thing. there are 5,000 to 10,000 other people who are also as interested in mechanical watches, but you're not going to be able to go to your local institution because there's not 10, 12, 20. You could probably tell me I'm wrong, but that mechanical watch thing is just an ideal online course because it goes across geographic boundaries.
Yeah.
And every one of our viewers right now, they've got something in their institution, one faculty member, one program that could be taken nationally. And we've seen it happen. We just, as you say, there's just so many niches available that I think creating an original online course or program, don't call it a MOOC, please, the kiss of death. People will pay for it and pay good money for it to get at the teacher.
And I think the idea of MOOCs were that they have to be massive, so
Yes.
they could offer a $2 class. So they have 50,000 people around the world taking that class, so they make $100,000 in a class. I mean, I think that's possible with a really worldwide brand like Harvard, Stanford. But when it comes to the rest of us, I think, as you said, we have to find your local talent and really capitalize on that.
Yeah, the problem with a MOOC is with 50,000 people, you don't get to ask the instructor a question.
No, it's a very different format. Yeah.